Okay, I guess it's going to be like day in the life, just random shots using the Apple Clips app. Here we go. May the God of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of glory, give you a spirit of wisdom and revelation, resulting in knowledge of Him. Okay, so let's get on with the video. Well, hello there, pipe pals. It is I, the old holy smoking pipe padre, and I emphasize the word old. So here I am. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm going to try to adjust this here. Okay. This looks like it's going to be a little bit of a pain. So we'll just put it down here. How's that? Okay. A little tendril, a little vine tendril. Okay, well, how are you all doing? It's been, I'm thinking at least 4 or 5 weeks since I made a video. Can you believe it? 4 or 5 weeks. Anyway, I'm sitting out here in the deck on the veranda, and I'm smoking my my Philippe Ravara cherry wood. Beautiful cherry wood. It's one of those, it's a cherry wood kind of a spring afternoon. And in it, I am smoking something absolutely delicious. It is Boswell's Spice and Nice. Oh. Spice and Nice. Okay. So, today's class, boys and girls, is all about Yes, today's class is about the enjoyment that one derives from the smoking of the briar, and pairing it with something absolutely delicious and flavorful. This is a butterscotch toffee coffee flavor with heavy whipping cream, and it is absolutely divine. And it pairs quite well with Boswell's Spice and Nice. Well, the reason why I'm smoking Spice and Nice is simply because the last couple of weeks, I should say the last couple of days, I've been sitting in my study, my Caledonian room, doing some computer stuff. And it's interesting because I have a little tray of tobaccos like this from Briar Patch and Boswell's and even Tinderbox. And they all tend to be aromatics. I think there's not one. There might be some Navy Flake twist or something like that in there, but they're mostly little baggies like this. And the days have been getting warmer, and they've been coming back to life. They have been coming back to life, and at nighttime, when I'd be sitting there on my computer, I would smell this wonderful fragrance, fruitiness, warm, rich tobacco-ness. And I kept saying, I got to have a pipe. I'm going to have a pipe. I'm going to have a pipe. And although I didn't, and I'm going to explain why, this has been in the back of my mind. Have you ever had that kind of thing that's always been in the back of your mind? Maybe it's some kind of a little puzzle you're trying to figure out. There's something you want to get to. Maybe there's a book you want to crack open, piece of music you want to listen to, an old friend you might want to call. Speaking of old friends, hello there to Gary, Portier, the one and the only gentleman scholar. I'll throw out a couple other shouts to Richard T. And of course, who can forget, without a doubt, the old one and only Hermaninator out there in Deutschland. Wuppertal. But anyway, so I'm just saying some highs to some people, long lost pipe friends. Sorry I haven't been able to be more in contact with you all. And here's the reason why I haven't been smoking the last 4 or 5 weeks. I guess it was like last week of Lent, Holy Week, I hurt my back. And at first it just seemed like, I was walking to the garbage, and as I was lifting something up, I felt like a really sharp, like an ice pick stabbing pain in my lower back. And I equated that with what I thought was at the time, and I don't know if it is or not, sciatica. But later I thought maybe it has something to do with my sacroiliac. Don't know. So for several weeks, I kind of tried to slough it off. There was pain in my legs. But I'd take some over-the-counter, like Advil, aspirin, and it would seem to, take the flaring down, and, no problem. Just a little ache and pain, but no big deal. And the long and the short of it is, I got to a point where I could barely do a lot of physical activity. As you know, I kind of prided myself up until recently of being able to run and do pull-ups and push-ups and stuff like that, and I still hope to one day get back to that. But I guess maybe I let this thing go a little too long, and it started, instead of getting better on its own, it got worse. To the point where it's almost a morning miracle for me to be able to actually get out of bed and walk. It's really bad. A lot of pain, a lot of disability. Finally went to a doctor a couple weeks ago, and so they recommended some physical therapy. Today was my first session, and although I felt it was very, very good, the physical therapist said at the end, he goes, "You are going to be very painful when you leave here." And at the time, I wasn't feeling hardly any pain at all. But boy, it sure hit me when I got back about an hour ago. So I decided, you know what? I've been long overdue making a video to you, and you, and you, and you, and you in the back. Okay, so I thought I'd just take an opportunity to just enjoy this beautiful, salubrious, beautiful spring weather here we are having in Chico. And I have to just say that it is quite lovely. It's just a skosh on the warm side right now, and it's probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the lazy part of the day. Let me tell you, it's beautiful. And so, but the reason why I haven't been smoking a pipe is only because, well, how do I say this? For some people, and probably for most of you all, pipe smoking is absolutely just a wonderful, relaxing pastime. And it is for me too. But it does tend to, especially when I make videos along with it, it does tend to be a little bit of a production for me. And so sometimes it's like, okay, if I'm going to sit down and do this, I have to put together some ideas and kind of maybe run through some things that I want to do. Like the intro to this video was probably a little bit different. And so sometimes making a video can be a little bit involved. Again, it's fun, it's enjoyable, but it takes work, and you have to be able to move a lot of things and do things that require a little bit of physical energy. And so anyway, I thought, well, I'll make a video I'll smoke a pipe when I do my next video. Delicious. So plus I just have other things that I have to do. Is that a bug on there? Okay. I have other things that I'm responsible for doing, especially this week. So I've just been really, on one hand, busy with the day-to-day in and outs of parish life, but also personal, trying to take care of myself and get some therapy, physical therapy, some chiropractic help as well, and trying to lessen the repetitive injuries that I probably do on a daily basis, which only aggravate and inflame whether it's my sciatica or my sacroiliac or my right hip or whatever it is. So anyway, I just haven't been in a mood really, or a frame of mind, or in a state to really enjoy a pipe and to also make a video. So that's part of it. It's not that I didn't want to. I haven't wanted to. I've wanted to for quite a number of weeks now. I'm going, I'm really getting delinquent on videos again. Maybe if I've been watching a lot of other YouTubers trying to get, ideas. I think I've said this in the past. I'd like to up my vlogging video game and really make it a lot of fun, as well as, talk about pipes and pipe tobacco, which is wonderful. But it would be fun to kind of do a look at people stylistically, because so many people have lots of really interesting styles when it comes to making their videos. And I find that really intriguing and fun. And it would be kind of fun to try to do a pipe video a la, say, there's this kid in England, and he's truly a kid. He's only 20 years old, but he has lots of energy in his videos. And his name is Mars Bars. He's a big tech kid, and he's just got lots and lots of energy in his videos. So, I study some of his videos and I go, I might want to try to emulate that style. Another guy, he's a photographer in England. His name is Sean Tucker, I think it is. And his videos are a lot more poetic and inspirational and kind of very, very kind of quiet and very reflective. And I thought, well, that'd be a nice style to kind of see if I could just, kind of copy some of those story blocks, or if you will, those storyboard it kind of like that, and say, okay, take these kinds of shots and put this kind of music in there and kind of cut it this way. And, so to me, it's like, okay, that's an art form. And I'd like to be able to kind of, emulate that, or at least replicate it, just to see if you can do it. And it may involve actually getting a real, truly vlogging camera, which I really don't have. I have my iPhones that I may primarily use for my videos, both of my channels. And so I basically, I have my, I don't want to call it a style, but I have my way of, I have my, I have my formula for the way I put videos together. And so mine's a little more of a free-flowing format, as you're seeing right here. So the intro was kind of an attempt to kind of mix things up a bit. Day in a life kind of a thing, just doing just different kinds of shots, just kind of doing a kind of a potpourri, a montage of my life, just kind of, trying to put just a bunch of stream of consciousness together before I sit down and do what I normally do. So that's why the intro might have been a little bit different. So there you have it. But that being said, I would say that, right this moment, life is pretty good. I am enjoying this wonderful pipe and this very tasty pipe tobacco. So there you have it. So that's part of my little video vlog today. I guess I was going to talk about some other topics, but I think I'm just going to forego that. But I am going to talk about something that is a little sensitive today. Oh, what's that? Somebody dropped. Did you drop that? Is that yours? Okay. Okay. So, I don't want landed straight up. Don't want to put it that way. That could hurt somebody. But yes, I'm learning speech therapy as well. One of the things that you will encounter, and I'm sure many of you have, if not all of you, when you're doing vlogs and you're making YouTube videos, you will find after a period of time that you'll garner a few negative comments from time to time. And I guess I was going to talk a little bit about that. Now, I might have talked about this before. But, how do you deal with negative comments? especially when you've been maybe doing videos, and most people respond really positively, and most people, I would say, especially the YouTube pipe community, are pretty much ladies and gentlemen. I hope that's not too gender insensitive these days, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is they're decent human beings. Even if people disagree with you, for the most part, even if they want to challenge you or question what you're saying, they usually do it with a modicum of respect and dignity. But occasionally you will get, as I have gotten in the past, some really disturbing and quite frankly very repugnant comments. And the first few times you get that, it takes your back a bit. You kind of like, what is that? And sometimes, you might want to have a knee-jerk reaction to, kind of respond in like manner. Kind of, sort of like the person on the playground who, punches you in the nose, and you're like, you can either do one of two things: run away and cry, or go back and punch them in the nose, or at least try to. So I've had a few occasions where people have said some rather, disrespectful, rude things, challenging me, or maybe not even really challenging me, just kind of venting. And whether they don't like Catholics, they don't like Catholic priests, they don't like, the way I part my hair, which is not there. I don't have much to part anymore. Or whatever it is. Maybe they don't like my taste in pipes or pipe tobacco. There was a time, I think, where people would get upset, not so much at me per se, although there were a couple of people that would go, "We're not happy if I talked about a cigar." Every now and then I do a cigar review, or just be smoking a cigar. And some people would say, "I don't like cigars, I only like pipes. Why do you do the cigar thing? I don't like that, it's very upsetting." Some people don't like cigars, or vice versa. Some people, "I really like cigar reviews. Why do you always smoke a pipe? Why can't you smoke cigars all the time?" It's like, okay. But anyway, but sometimes people take umbrage with what you say or how you present yourself, and that's just human life. People are going to respond to you positively, or they're not. And most people don't really respond at all. They just kind of watch a few seconds of what you say and do, and that ain't for me, or I'm bored, or whatever. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about, or whatever, and they go to something else. And they don't, no worse for wear. But it's those people who really kind of go out of their way, and they just really want to just be vicious and truly, mean and ugly and hateful. And, occasionally those type of trolls show up, and they try to do their bit. My policy is, as long as you're being respectful, and there's no, you're not calling me every dirty name under the book, I'll let your comment stand. I might choose to respond, challenge, or make a justification if I feel that something's warranted. I'd say 7 times out of 10, I probably am not going to respond. I'll take the comment for what it's worth and just move on. That's kind of basically the way I kind of deal with it now. But if somebody's, either being threatening, or, saying things, slanderous things that are, really liable, about my character, or maybe somebody else that I might know, or whatever, those I probably delete. I just, and then I block the person. It's like, well, you're just being a troll. You're angry. You're just taking it out on me, or whoever else you take it out on. You're just going into these kinds of things, and you want to take it out on people. Sometimes you get anti-smokers, and they're pretty merciless. They will, really lambaste you and tell you you're a bad example and you're a hypocrite, especially if you claim to be a Christian, and they will just really have a field day and just, really rip you up one side and down the other. And so sometimes you get those kinds of people. I guess they have nothing better to do with their lives, so they, feel that they're on an anti-smoking campaign, and their best thing they could do is try to humiliate and persecute, I guess, smokers, pipe smokers in general, maybe. I don't know. But so anyway, I just was thinking about that the last couple of weeks, and please don't hear me say that's why I stopped making videos. That's not it at all. It's really has to do more with my own physical well-being, and sometimes when you're not feeling good, well, you're just not feeling good. So, as I sit here on a beautiful Friday spring afternoon, just enjoying this absolutely gorgeous weather, I'm doing it with you and a pipe. Again, our old friend of addiction kind of lends itself to part of the conversation this afternoon, I guess. I don't know. I know what addiction is for me, and you probably know what it is for you. And maybe you would say, well, you're deceiving yourself, you're addicted to pipe smoking. And I'm thinking, well, considering this has been, maybe 4 or 5 weeks since my last video, and I've been having a hankering for a pipe for the last week or so. It's been at least a week. I'd be sitting there at my desk, and I'd be smelling this, this wonderful fermenting tobacco or whatever it is, because it would get warm in the room, and that would, kind of set off all those little molecules, and you go, oh, that smells good. And thinking, oh, I'd like to have a pipe. But because I had other responsibilities and trying to deal with my physical issues, I just just don't have time for it right now. But addictions are something you can't control, basically. That's just the way it is. Your addictions control you. You do not control them. And so, again, although I've said it before, and maybe sounds like it's a bit ad nauseum to say it, I really don't believe that pipe smoking, I have an addiction to pipe smoking. It is something that I periodically enjoy. Now, I'm not saying that I am immune from being addicted. I think you could get addicted just about anything. Binge watching Netflix probably constitutes an addiction these days. So anything that you overindulge in and it becomes a bad habit to where you really have very little control or say-so over it, well, then you've got a full-blown addiction. And those are very difficult to get out of. Sort of like getting into debt. In the beginning, for most people who are responsible, you maybe get a credit card and you buy what you want and then you pay it off. I think that's the rule of thumb for most people is, pretty much whatever you buy on the credit card, make sure you pay that off before you go use it again. Or make sure that the purchases that you make can be pretty much easily paid off within a month or two. But if you get one credit card and you run it up, you get another credit card and run it up, and then you get another credit card and run it up, and then you get another credit card to pay off the other 3 credit cards, you've got a problem. So, that hurt my kitty. So anyway, this has just been a really nice moment to relax, to enjoy a pipe, to enjoy making a video, and hopefully you're having a great spring evening wherever you're at. So if you're in Deutschland, you're in Canada, you're in Mexico, you're in Japan, or wherever you find yourself today, just take a moment and just relax with a pipe. That's all. Real simple. You know, maybe one of your favorite relaxing blends. I haven't smoked any pirate cake in a long time. I'm going to have to do that. It's properly cellared this time, so I don't have to worry about that. So anyway, I just thought I'd take this moment to make a video. It's been a while. Thank you for taking time to watch. Appreciate that. Appreciate all of you who continue to, subscribe to my channel and visit me from time to time, and all of you, the majority of you who leave very positive and encouraging comments. Thanks a lot. Even those of you who would like to challenge in a dignified way, you're welcome as well. So in other news from Lake Wobegon, I guess that's going to be it for tonight, this afternoon. I think I'll go ahead and start, kind of putting this video together now and upload it, and hopefully it'll maybe be a little bright spot in your day. And if not, well then, if you've made other plans, then go do that as well. So take care. Thanks for watching. And light up your world, light up your pipe, and enjoy life. See ya.